Hey, I'm Amanda Starr, a London-born Ghanaian creative director, presenter, events host, voiceover artist, founder of Young Black Shining Star, 1/3 of the team behind Elevate Your Sound, and youth mentor. This is my story for Just4Women UK and Africa.
This is Just4Women UK, connecting women across borders. How did you get into the creative industry?
All right, so how did I get into the creative industry? Well, it does go back into time. I have to say a massive shout out to my primary school teacher who was in Sprinton at the time. She definitely saw something in me. I've always been a ball of energy, and I just remember at 10 years old her saying to me, Amanda, because of your energy and your love for music, I definitely think you should be a radio presenter when you grow up. And I remember her sitting down with me to explore it more. And June Sarpong, who's a fellow Ghanaian, was presenting on radio at the time, and she was also doing TV presenting, and she became my idol. And yeah, as the years went on, I ended up getting into radio and hosting and presenting. And I think it just fits me so perfectly, as well as my love for working with young people. I guess through my experience of being in the creative entertainment industry, I now develop, budding presenters and hosts and young people in radio. So yeah, I think it was just something that was naturally in me. And funny enough, the name Amanda Starr, the star actually represents the black star in the Ghanaian flag. There's always a meaning behind the name. And I remember I was a training producer for Martin J on Choice FM, which later became a Capital Extra. And I remember him saying to me, you need to get a name, Amanda, as you're getting into, hosting and presenting. And yeah, I came up with the name Amanda Starr. And yeah, I'm just out here trying to be that star, being that star in my name. So yeah, so I feel like it was in me from a very, very young age.
You have worked in both UK, urban entertainment, and African entertainment space. How do the industries compare?
There is a big difference with the UK and Ghana. We deliver, as part of Young Black Shining Star and Elevate Your Sound programs, workshops, music hubs in the UK, and have successfully been able to do that in Ghana. I think it's just more so, I guess, logistics. The lifestyle, the way of living is very different. Like living in London, it's just fast paced, very, very fast paced, where in Ghana, everything is slower and laid back. So I think in the beginning, it was a little bit of a challenge, trying to adapt to the way Ghana is. However, I have really loved the experience and loving connecting with people, reconnecting people as well in terms of like friends, family, and being able to, impact, especially like the emerging talent that we've been working with in Ghana, with the knowledge and everything that we have learned from London. So to be honest with you, I feel like it has been a marriage made in heaven. Yeah, I can say that. And I really look forward to working more in Ghana. I am actually transitioning. I'm one of those ones that are transitioning here to be able to do more stuff. And so I feel like it was a challenge in the beginning, but I feel like now I've kind of got the knack as I've been here frequently and will continue to do so.
What changes have you seen in Black entertainment over the last decade?
I mean, well, if we talk about music, I think for myself, I feel like, especially with delivering the Elevate Your Sound artist and personal development program in August 2025, and then having the open mic and panel discussion event in April 2025, now kind of being locked in, especially with the Ghana music scene and being involved in the UK music scene, I just think it's just a bit slower over here. And there is just so much great talent here in Ghana. And I don't know if it's the infrastructure or the ecosystem that is not allowing this talent to thrive and be out there as they should. So I just feel like, especially with Elevate Your Sound, we're about delivering, financial literacy, to this creative talent here, so that they can, have sustainable careers. And as I said, internationally, we deliver, artist development programs, personal development programs, music hubs, workshops. So I feel like in just a year, actually, it has actually been a year, we've seen a massive change in the sense of, their mindset and how they approach music, the business side of music. So I just feel like if we're able to just do that with like a week program and, being able to collaborate on programs, which we just did with the Creative Guild. So a massive shout out to Picora and Peak Art, being able to continue to deliver, these partnership events, the programs, the workshops. I feel like we can really, really, really make a difference here in Ghana, especially with the music scene and the talent that's coming out of here.
What are some mistakes upcoming artists make when trying to break into the industry?
Some of the mistakes is that, again, as I said, with Elevate Your Sound, I have to send a massive shout out to my two business partners, Godwin and C. Biggs. I think what we realized when delivering the program and, being able to have that interaction and one-to-one with the artists, I feel like the number one thing that they feel they don't really get is support, especially from the entertainment scene. And I feel like because of the fact that there is a lack in knowledge in regards to music, so that's when I talk about music business, brand and artist identity, which are some of the things that we cover on the program, they lack the knowledge. And I feel like because they are emerging, it's just hard for them to engage with, some of the people that are in higher positions to a certain degree in the music industry. So what tends to happen is that they tend to stay at a level, whereas what we found with delivering, a week's program that included, songwriting camp and, radio interviews, they were able to, we were able to pour into them, the knowledge that we know, which helped them a lot and has helped them to even navigate, in different situations that have arisen after the fact, where they now feel comfortable and equipped with knowledge to be able to navigate. So, I feel like that's the mistakes. But then also just them, being confident enough to be forthcoming and going forward to, find out information and get information as well. But I guess it's a whole thing. And I think it's just everybody needs to come together. I think in the music industry, it is quite segregated to a certain degree. And I just think we just all need to come together, especially, the diasporans from, whether it's US or UK. And it's just like what we learn and what we know, just bringing that knowledge to Ghana to be able to speak to the emerging artists and, inform them.
You have helped spot and develop talent. What qualities do you usually look for in artists or creatives?
I think for me, being a person that is, as I said, a ball of energy, it's just, I think, confidence to a certain degree, passion for whatever it is. So whether you're a musician or, a presenter, yeah, I think it's just a passion in what it is that you do or want to do. For me, it's easier to work with that talent because, you know, there's something that's ingrained in you that wants to be able to do it. You know, you find that sometimes I've worked with, whether I do it on a one-to-one basis or through the organizations that I work with, you find that sometimes, you know, these creative talents are just there because it's a moment for them. They don't really have that passion for it. So I think for me, it's having the passion. And when you can see that and be able to build on that, then, you know, what's created is beautiful.
What challenges do young Black creatives still face today?
I think it's just being pigeonholed into just being in the Black space. And it's not to say that that's not okay, but at the same time, why can't you be in all spaces? So I feel, yeah, that's some of the challenges that they find. And I think that's when I work with young talent, you know, that kind of question comes up. They don't really see themselves, I guess, being global. And sometimes with that, it can mean that, you know, there's like a, how can I explain? It can take a little bit of time for them to try and to see that they can be in any space, if that makes sense. So I think that's where the personal development comes into it as well. And just, yeah, as I said, just not feeling like they have to be pigeonholed.
How can African and diaspora communities better support young creative talent?
I mean, creating opportunities, creating platforms where, you know, these young talents are able to thrive, are able to showcase, you know, their talent, basically. I think what the issue is that there is not enough of it. With that being said, yeah, I just feel like we just need to come together, just work together. We're better in numbers. I always say that. And yeah, just let's, you know, create spaces, platforms, opportunities for these young talent to thrive.
You have hosted everything from concerts and award shows to radio and festivals. Which platform feels most natural to you and why?
I feel comfortable on any stage. So whether it is a concert or a festival or my own event or somebody else's event, I think for me, I just feel comfortable once I have that mic in my hand. I get joy from, you know, the audience and seeing people enjoy the event that I'm hosting. And I just find for me, you know, I'm the one that's kind of the bridge between anything that it is that I'm hosting, keeping the energy alive and things like that. So, you know, I'm an undercover comedian. So I love to get, you know, a few laughs and stuff when I'm hosting. But yeah, for me, it just doesn't matter what I'm hosting. I love it. I've been doing it for over 15 years now. And I just get joy in every event that I host. So, yeah.
Have you noticed progress in opportunities for Black women in media?
I'd say, yeah. Do you know what? I would say yes, I have noticed progress for women in media, in entertainment. I think it's good that, you know, women are coming together because I feel like there was a time where we just weren't connected. But, you know, there are, you know, a lot of platforms that want to actually, you know, build women and showcase the talents and what they do. And I find that especially in Ghana, which I love. I feel like the women here are, you know, love to connect and build together, which I'm really loving because I feel like that's what's lacking in the UK. But yeah, I would say there's definitely been an improvement.
You balance so many roles: presenter, creative director, youth worker, and consultant. How do you manage everything without burning out?
So many people ask me this question I don't. Oh, sorry. Yeah. It's funny. A lot of people ask me how I manage all of the roles that I do. I think even now I'm still trying to find out how I do. But what I will say is that I think in the last, let's say, 3 years, I've really had the time to give myself time, if that makes sense. I've always been a go-getter. I can't sit still. It's like if I sit still, this is probably the longest that I've sat still. No, I'm joking. If I sit still, I feel like my creativity and everything just. So I have to keep going, but at the same time, it's all about managing time. And especially like this year, coming into this year, I knew that 2026 for me was about being intentional with my time. Hence the reason why, I've come to Ghana twice in this year, and just focusing on me, focusing on what I'm doing. But yeah, I just do it, if that makes sense. I just do it, but I love it. I can't lie, I actually love it. I've gotten to the stage now, I feel like this year, we're already in May, but I'm not feeling tired. The tired that I am feeling is productively tired, which I think is the best tired that you could ever be in life. So yeah, so in terms of managing everything, I think because I've just been doing it for so long, and it's just natural to me, I'm just able to do it.
Afrobeats and African culture are now global. Did you ever imagine African music and culture reach this level internationally?
When I was younger, it was almost like a sin to a certain degree to be African. But now, especially in music, it is so beautiful to see all cultures, all colors, enjoying the sounds that are coming from Africa. And to be honest with you, yes, I think from a very young age, I did feel that we would get to that level. And I think it's just going to, expand even more. And especially for Ghana, I definitely think there is going to be a lot of, musical artists that, are going to hit those global stages coming from Ghana. So yeah, I definitely thought it would be where it is, and I think it's just going to expand, as I said.
What message would you like to leave for young Africans and Black creatives watching this interview?
Okay, the message I'd love to leave you with is believe in yourself, have faith, keep going, and understand who your destiny helpers are. Because with all of those things, life will be so sweet. I'm very much into my faith, on my faith walk, and just thankful to God for where He has carried me through all the ups, downs, swings, and roundabouts. I'm still here, still thriving, still striving, and just enjoying life. I'm 41. I know I don't look it. Shouts out to Vaseline. But yeah, I feel like I feel the best that I've ever felt. And that's because I know I'm where I'm supposed to be. Through all the life's trials and tribulations, I understand that that was part of my journey. It was written, it was God's plan. And yeah, I know that I'm going forward, moving forward. So yeah, with the mindset of just keeping the faith, praying, speaking life into myself, pouring into myself, as well as pouring into and speaking life into others, and having those people around you that do the same for you. So yeah, that would be my message. Yes, just have the faith, keep going, stay consistent, understand that the swings, roundabouts, ups, downs are all part of life, and that is where we learn and that is where we grow. So yeah, just believe in you.
Thank you for watching Just for Women.